Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. I am back with another session with AI and we're gonna talk with ChatGPT. And today our topic is understanding the psychology of motivation. So let's start. First of all, I share the screen. Hmm. And we go to ChatGPT. So let's start. Hi GPT, how are you?
Hey there. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you? How's your day going?
I am also good. Thanks for asking. Actually, I want to take your interview and talk some questions. So, are you ready?
Absolutely, I'm ready. Feel free to shoot your questions and I'll do my best to help out and make it as smooth as possible. Let's dive in.
Okay, so my first question is, what is the difference between intrinsic and extrinsic motivation?
Great question. So, intrinsic motivation refers to doing something because it's inherently interesting or enjoyable, like a passion or personal satisfaction. On the other hand, extrinsic motivation is driven by external rewards or pressures like money, grades, or recognition. Both types can be powerful, but they definitely come from different sources.
Okay, so my next question is, how does self determination theory help us in motivation?
Yeah, absolutely. Self determination theory, or SDT, basically focuses on how our motivation is influenced by three basic psychological needs: autonomy, competence, and relatedness. When these needs are satisfied, we tend to be more intrinsically motivated, and it leads to better performance, greater well being, and overall more sustainable motivation. It's a really interesting framework.
Okay, so my next question is, what role do basic psychological needs, anatomy, competence, readiness, play in motivation?
Yeah, definitely. So these three needs are central to self determination theory. Autonomy is all about feeling in control of your own actions and decisions. Competence is the sense of mastering tasks and feeling effective. And relatedness is about feeling connected to others and having meaningful relationships. When all of these needs are met, people tend to be more motivated, engaged, and resilient. It really creates a strong foundation for both intrinsic and extrinsic motivation.
Okay, so my next question is, how do reward influence intrinsic motivation?
That's a great question. So, rewards can actually have a complex effect. When rewards are given for activities that are already intrinsically motivating, they can sometimes undermine that intrinsic motivation. This is known as the overjustification effect. However, if rewards are used to support or acknowledge competence and effort, they can actually enhance motivation. So, the key is how and when the rewards are given.
Okay, so my next question is, what is the impact of goal setting on motivation?
Yeah, goal setting can have a pretty powerful impact on motivation. When goals are specific, challenging, yet attainable, they tend to increase motivation and performance. They give us direction, help us measure progress, and boost our sense of competence. Plus, they can also enhance our commitment and persistence. On the flip side, if goals are too vague or unrealistic, they can lead to frustration or decrease motivation. So, balance is key.
Okay, so my next question is, how do emotions shape motivational behavior?
That's a really interesting area. Emotions play a huge role in motivation. Positive emotions like excitement or enthusiasm can boost our motivation and make us more resilient in the face of challenges. On the other hand, negative emotions like fear or anxiety can either motivate us to avoid certain outcomes or sometimes hinder our progress if they become overwhelming. So, emotions essentially guide how we approach tasks, influence our persistence, and shape the overall motivational landscape.
Okay, so my next question is, what is expectancy value theory and how does it explain motivation?
Absolutely. Expectancy value theory suggests that motivation is determined by two main factors: the expectation on the outcome. So basically, if we believe that we can succeed at a task and we also find that outcome valuable or important, then we're more likely to be motivated to put in the effort. On the flip side, if we don't expect to succeed or we don't value the outcome, our motivation tends to drop. It's a neat way of understanding how our beliefs and values shape our willingness to engage in different tasks.
Okay, so my next question is, what is achievement motivation and how is it measured?
Great question. Achievement motivation is basically the drive to excel, to achieve goals, and to overcome challenges. It often involves a desire for competence, mastery, and success. We measure it in different ways, such as through self report questionnaires like the achievement motivation scale, or by looking at behaviors like how persistently someone pursues difficult tasks or how they set and work toward their goals. It gives us a lot of insight into someone's drive and how they approach challenges.
Okay, how do emotional cues trigger or weakness motivation?
Yeah, definitely. Emotional cues can really shape our motivation in powerful ways. For instance, positive emotions like joy or excitement can boost our energy and encourage us to take on challenges and persist. On the other hand, negative emotions like fear or anxiety can either drive us to work harder to avoid a bad outcome, or if they become overwhelming, they can lead to avoidance or decreased motivation. Essentially, emotions act as signals that either propel us forward or at times hold us back.
Okay, so my next question is, what is the role of self-efficacy in sustaining motivation?
Absolutely. Self efficacy is all about our belief in our own ability to succeed in specific situations. When we have no
Hmm.
worries,
Yo, can you explain, please continue?
of course. So when we have high self efficacy, we're more likely to set challenging goals, persist in the face of obstacles, and put in the effort needed to succeed. On the other hand, if we have low self efficacy, we might doubt our abilities, avoid challenges, and give up more easily. So self efficacy really acts as a kind of fuel that sustains and boosts our motivation over time.
Okay, so my next question is, how do environmental cues trigger or weakness motivation?
That's a great point. Environmental cues can definitely have a strong impact on motivation. For example, a supportive and positive environment, like having encouraging peers, a comfortable workspace, or clear resources, can boost our motivation and help us stay focused. On the other hand, negative environmental cues like distractions, a chaotic space, or lack of support can undermine our motivation and make it harder to keep going. So the environment plays a really significant role in either fueling or weakening our drive.
Okay, so my next question is, how do stress, burnout affect motivational level?
Yeah, definitely. Stress and burnout can have a pretty significant negative impact on motivation. When we're stressed, it can lead to fatigue, decreased focus, and a lower sense of well being, which makes it harder to stay motivated. Burnout, which is basically chronic stress, can lead to feelings of cynicism, detachment, and a lack of accomplishment, all of which really drain motivation. Over time, this can lead to decreased productivity, lower engagement, and overall burnout. So managing stress and taking care of well-being is really crucial for sustaining motivation.
Okay, so my next question is, what psychological factors contribute to procrastination?
Yeah, procrastination can definitely be influenced by a bunch of psychological factors. For one, there's often a fear of failure. We worry about not meeting expectations, and that can lead to avoidance. Then there's also task aversion, where a task feels too boring, too difficult, or just not interesting, so we put it off. And other factors, low self regulation, like difficulty managing time or emotions. And sometimes perfectionism can play a role where we delay starting because we want everything to be perfect. All of these factors combine to make procrastination a complex behavior.
Okay, ChatGPT, thank you so much for your time. You give me a very good answer, and it's a wonderful session.
Oh, you're so welcome. I'm really glad I could help, and it was a pleasure chatting with you. If you ever have more questions or just want to Chat again, just let me know. Have a fantastic day.
Okay, so we're gonna talk with another session. Bye.
Sounds great. Take care, and I'll look forward to.
Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for your time. You watch this video. Please comment, like, and share the video. Bye.